We certainly saw in the US and Europe in the last session that equities are getting very excited by the prospect of COVID restrictions easing in China. And we need China as the world's second biggest economy. It's quite the world growth engine. Is the optimism a little getting ahead of itself, though?
I think that everything remains to be seen. You know, the big question is whether or not we've actually seen the nadir of economics, as well as, things like the Purchasing Managers Index, show China, the sentiment is really not quite there. And I think overall, there has been a little bit of hope, but I think there's still other catalysts that we're looking for. So for example, external investors, especially US investors, are really hoping for the accounting boards of the United States and China to be able to agree on some agreement for the U.S. accounting bodies to actually go and visit and check on the accounting books.
I don't know if you've been paying much attention to the policy front on the technology side, Teresa, but because there's an awful lot of interest amongst investors about the Chinese tech plays, as you heard earlier on, and he's probably been paying attention. I'm fascinated by this because Liu He's comments yesterday about supporting the technology sector seem to have been taken by the market as a direct support for stocks in the technology sector. And I'm wondering whether that's actually what he said. I mean, in our world, in the Western equity world and the economics world, where we believe that, what's good for the private sector is good for the economy, doesn't seem to actually hold in China. The common prosperity mantra is not that linked to market performance, is it?
Well, as you talk about the Western, view of the invisible hand, perhaps the Chinese regulators and government have recognized that they've been a little too heavy-handed with respect to regulating the tech sector. There are so many issues that they were dealing with all at once several months ago. We're talking about consumer protection. We're talking about intellectual property rights protection and anti-monopolistic practices. So they were really, hitting on all three. And I think at this point, they realize that they have to pull back somewhat, given the overall weakness in the economy. And this all really makes sense in the big scheme of things when you actually couple that with all the macroeconomic measures that they're also doing.